primarily with the workspaces. So for instance, when I'm editing, I go to the editing workspace. And if I'm doing captions, I go to the captions workspace because everything's just there. It's just easy and quick. But what's not quick is using this menu. So what I could do is something called show label, and I can see the label of where I'm at. Or better yet, I can go to show tabs, and now I can see all the tabs kind of like it used to be.
Yes.
And I can drag this to go through them, or I can even go into here and go to the bottom and edit the workspaces, and I can change. Like for instance, text-based editing now, I'll probably use that a lot because John just showed us how to use that. Like, wow, what a time saver. I'll put that in the head. I use editing and color and effects and audio and captions all the time. Maybe I use captions more. I'll put that there. And now you'll see it'll change my menu here of what's here.
Pretty cool.
So making it easier for me to change now, to go to the assembly when I want to load in things, go to text-based editing when I need to do that, go to editing when I need to do that. And even if I'm in editing, what I can do is if I want to move something like this, I move this out of the way, I can just double click it to reset the workspace instead of going down here.
Yes.
Right? Reset to save layout. Just easily double click.
Nice.
Awesome. Double click. Now in Photoshop, same thing. This is the workspaces, right? I can come in here and go to workspace, and I can go to the essentials workspace. And I can make a mess. I can take things here. I could scale things how I want. I can collapse them with the double arrow. I can close it with the X, and I can I can go back and always say reset my essentials workspace, and it puts everything back. But I think the essentials workspace is horrible as a Photoshop user. What's the most important panel in Photoshop? The layers panel. So granted, every time I come in here, I'm gonna have to double click the properties panel because now I can breathe and add a bunch of layers and do my work, right? Easy. But then I have to go all the way across the street over here, all the way across the street to get maybe my move tool. And then, oh my God, layer 5 is selected. I have to go all the way across the street again just to select
what
that
street
layer.
is this called? Photoshop Street?
And then I have to go all the way across Photoshop Street to get to the lasso tool. So I can come then all the way down to the middle and finally maybe put a lasso around the arm because maybe I could use something called generative fill. But before I do that, I don't work that way. You ever see that tennis? I don't know. I'm probably going to date myself. Maybe it was Jimmy Connors, a tennis match or advertisement showing him all over the court with like red paint underneath his sneakers, showing the coverage that he made on the court with the red imprints. And that's kind of what it is in Photoshop. I'm going to start here and go to File, New, Open. Then I'm going to select the tool. I'm going to go all the way across the pond, select the layer, maybe change something, the pads, the adjustments. I don't know. I'm going to come all the way back to the middle and then all the way back to the left. Homie, don't play that. So what I do is I can reset my essentials. Then I can double click the properties because then I can breathe and, I have space for my layers. And because that felt so good, I'm going to do it again. I'll double click the color palette. Oh, can you breathe? And when I need it, I'll just double click when I need it. But you know what? I probably don't even need it because the color's over here. I'll probably use it over there. But oh my God, I don't want to go across the pond every time. So I take the whole kit and caboodle. I move it over here to the left where it's blue and it locks in. And bam, this is my workspace. I start here, File, New, Open. I grab a tool. I select the layer. I change the opacity. I'm over here. I'm never going to the desert over here.
But the reason why I thought you were left-handed is because I have all that set up on the right side.
Yeah, but now I'm working here. Well, I dock over here because that's where I got to start anyway, right? I mean, I'm going to use my quick keys. I'm going to press Command O, Command N, Command S. I mean, I know them all, but I'm still going to come here sometimes, maybe open recent. I don't know that quick key, certain little things that I might end up doing, right? Sure. Or using some auto or scripts, right? I'm going to be using the browser a lot over here. I'm going to be using the options panel for every tool I select up on the top. I'm going to always use my layers on the left and my image is right here. Yeah, I've never seen anybody work this way. I don't know why. It makes total sense. Like everything's clear as day. It's easy to get to. It's right there. Art takes time, right? When I was in college, hey, can you make us a quick flyer? Can you make us a quick poster? Hey, dude, can you just edit a banner for me? Nothing's quick. Yeah, nothing's quick. So we want to speed up the workflow. That's what we're trying to do. So step 1, use the workspaces. It just makes sense to get around and they're there for us. And I can save this workspace. Great. And the new feature, I am in the beta version. So if you go to the beta version, there's a new filter called the parametric filters.
What? Nice. We just heard an announcement of that. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I can put them right here. Now they're docked in my workspace and I can go to Window Workspace and make a new workspace and call that marked space or marked new Workspace. I usually have a timeline open, right? Just in case I do video or animated GIFs. I'll open the timeline from Workspace, really. And then I'll double click it to shove it back down. So it's there, but it's not like in my way. And of course, I'll go here and say new workspace. And I'll just name it exactly over my old workspace. Boom. Replace it, yes. And now I know I could make a mess and open up these panels or bring this to the side if I need to. And I can easily just go to reset Workspace and clean up my room. And Mom, it looks great. Hope that helped. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and give a thumbs up. Cheers.
Hope you enjoyed this tip of the month from Head Tricks Training.